Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you had a great day. Wednesday, middle of the week, it's over. Yay! It's good to be in the middle of the week. 2 more days and the weekend. Days are flowing by, aren't they? Especially when you're in the middle of the month and things are moving on. I did put up an interesting motivator quote on our Instagram saying that extraordinary results in value investing don't come from chasing trends or predicting the next big thing. They come from repeating ordinary actions like studying businesses, being patient, and sticking to your principles over a long period of time. Just like compounding, it looks boring at first, but the magic builds quietly. Show up, stay consistent, keep investing with care, and let time and discipline do the rest. And that is the most critical thing I can say. You know, you planted the seed, now you have to allow it to do its stuff. That is the hardest part. You have to allow the growing to happen. You have to allow nature to unfold. So, immediately one of you had posted a comment on that, which I found rather interesting. After that, saying, Ukesh Venkat, yes, should we exit and put into bonds now? How will I answer something like that, Ukesh? I don't know what your goals are. I don't know what you're doing in life. And asking me to, nonchalantly tell you something online on a video like this is rather crazy, or even comment over there. I would love to have a discussion with you, Ukesh, if it happens some point of time, where I tell you, based on your age, your goals, where you are, and what you're investing for, based on that, to tell you what to do. But Ukesh, randomly replying on a comment like that wouldn't be good for me and you. So I hope you understand why to a lot of you I don't respond to comments such as this. Should I buy this? Should I do that? It's difficult. Hari Raj Raman. Hi sir, I have 5 lakhs. One bond name, please tell me. And 38 of you have liked it and pushed it up as one of the top questions. I wish I could give you bond names. I really do. Like how we talk about value stocks being at the right price and to buying it in Tiffin coffee ranges. Unfortunately, you cannot invest in bonds in Tiffin coffee ranges unless you're Warren Buffett. If you have crores of money, then picking up 1 lakh here and there in some bond can be considered Tiffin coffee, I guess. You and me are not in that situation, so I would hate you to get hurt by me randomly mentioning some bond name and you misunderstanding it and running head on to it. Because that 5 lakh, Hari, is something you worked very hard and to secure in your life. So it will be very responsible for me to say, hey Hari, this is a good bond, go put it. Or this is a good fund, go drop it. It won't be. So anyway, I've messaged you, Hari. I've DM'd you. And once we get talking, and I understand a lot more, I'll definitely help you figure out what to do with that 5 lakh. Investing in a bond is a great idea, and taking that interest and reinvesting into the market is a great strategy. It's good thinking on you. But to secure the right bond, we need to find out a lot more for you before I can tell you anything regarding that. And I will. I know a lot of you are very frustrated. I think maybe I'll put up a Google form and collect all your numbers, especially those of you who are interested in bonds, and try and form some kind of way to punch through this, because I don't want frustration to build up to the point where you don't feel like investing. My biggest fear is that waiting for Vinod Srinivasan, that you miss out, that you feel so jaded that you decide not to invest. I don't want that to happen. So let me figure this out over the next few days, maybe brainstorm with my team and put in a form or something in such a way that I can get reached out to all of you who are interested in bond and bond information. Because the next question which got voted up is bond platform recommendation. I don't use any of these platforms, so I definitely cannot recommend them. There are many of them, and all of them have their merits, but you should find out by reading about it and asking people who use it and asking their opinion about it before you get into it, is my information which I would like to share with you, that do your due diligence before you get into any platform. So as far as me, what I'm doing for my bond and my platform, it's quite known what bond platform I have, and people who reach out to me is the same platform I try to put them onto. So again, like I said, I'll try and put out a Google form so I can collect the database of people who are very specifically for bond and do that. Benin Bennett is asking, which stock should I buy? Well, depends, Benin. One, how much money do you have? How much money do you have in your hand and you want to invest? How consistent do you want to be to invest? So if you answer all those questions, then you can worry about what stock to buy. And what stock to buy right now today, I bought some ITC today. And yesterday I bought some Natco, some Jyoti Labs. I bought some Tata Motors. I buy gold. Gold is very good. So if you have a very small budget, if I had a very small budget, that is, if I'm investing 500 rupees a month, 1000 rupees a month, I would look at, all the ETF Bs and split it into that and put most of it in gold, and put it the next second most I would probably invest would be in Nifty passively, and then the remaining I would probably put the small percentages in Pharma Bs and ITBs. That's if I had very little capital to invest. If I had more capital, then I'd probably look at stocks and try and pick up stocks directly. South Indian Bank is quite cheap in terms of budget, so you can look at that. Then we have IDFC Bank, IDFC First Bank, that is also 70 odd rupees, which is quite affordable. So depending on your budget, you can see what to buy. And if you do get onto our platform, that list is there for you and it shares with you. And next one by Feature Swag is Bond to you too, Mr. Feature Swag. And 12 of you have voted that up. Bond. That's not even a question, man. Come on. You put a little more effort, Feature Swag. JJ1911. Hi sir, I am new to this channel. How to buy bonds? Could you explain this in detail? We have done quite a few videos, JJ. You can go back and look at the YouTube. Even the same group, if you slide up and scroll back, I've put all the videos which I've spoken about bonds in there. And you can see the basics of bonds, how to evaluate bonds, how you should do, what all you should do to buy before buying a bond. So it's there, and if you don't find it or you don't understand it, then reach out and we will try and get you set up. Prashant Ravi, your views on Silver Bees as it touched 52-week high, an all-time high. Yeah, it's expected to touch 52 weeks high because gold has been rallying, so silver will rally. They both follow in tandem. So sometimes Silver Bees will be lagging behind gold. Sometimes it overtakes. Like I spoke in another video like this, and I've done a video in Be Rich or in Money Page, I'm not sure. Someone I did that video where you can cycle this gold and silver prices and stay just between the arbitrage of gold and silver and make money. But of course, this all is very small margins, so you have to have quite a huge capital in it to do that swing trading between it, which I don't recommend. It's not a way to make wealth. It is just a way to kind of scrape the bottom of the floor. And if you are invested in investing in something to fight inflation, gold is a better bet than silver because silver price is very volatile. Could you suggest any bonds? Sugana BP. Like I said, Sugana, I'll put out a form. You guys fill out the form and then we will get down to helping each of you out with the bonds. Kiss XX. Anand sir told that Jyoti Labs was to consider at 300, but you're saying that we will consider at this range. What can we do now? You can consider. I'm not asking you to buy 30-40 shares. I'm asking you to buy 1 or 2 and looking at where it is and where the market is, and with especially the RBI move, you can buy. And you have to realize Anand's videos is relevant on that day. You cannot take Anand's video, especially about a specific stock, and look at it a month or so later and think about it, because that is gone. That window is very specific to that time frame. So this is why even on these videos, I make a huge thumbnail saying the date, and I put the date as a title and hope that me saying repeatedly that, in the video, that just today only I did this and it's only relevant for today, that whomsoever watches this by chance, another point of time, future point of time, will stop and think before doing anything, because this information is dated. That's why I ask you questions every day, and that's why I try and reply every day, so it keeps it relevant what we're talking about, right? Because we cannot definitely go invest in trend or Titan today, but probably 5 years ago, Titan and Trent would have been affordable. So keep that in mind. Today, Jyoti Labs is affordable and you can buy one or two. It's all right. Karnataka Bank is a great bank. If you want to invest, please invest. Of course, keep it in Tiffin Coffee ranges. Don't go crazy with the money in your hand. So you have many banks, so split it. You have South Indian Bank, you have Federal Bank, you have IDFC Bank, you have Karnataka Bank, you have IndusInd Bank. So you have many banks to choose from. So don't pile on just one bank. Spread it. Because spreading your bets always hedges it, and you're lowering your risk by spreading it. And Abhinesh is asking, recent Vijay Mallya podcast, your point of view. Well, Vijay Mallya is always a sweet talker. And that he's proven again and again and again. It is very funny how he feels that none of it is his fault. I don't know. If I have not done anything wrong, I wouldn't have a problem taking my day in court and fighting it. So, I don't know. I think he's a smooth talker and he's a great salesman and he's doing very well in pitching his story and coming off trying to look very clean. I don't think it is the truth. I won't say he's also been treated very fair. There is a lot of politics in it, but it's not as clean as he makes it out to be in the podcast. I would say that much. Wipro, can we consider? Yeah, Wipro you can consider if you're willing to stay invested in Wipro for a period of 5 years at this price point. Otherwise, you can wait for it to correct. But Wipro in the long term is okay at this price point. And when market will crash again, can you explain the possibilities? Market can crash for any number of reasons. Whenever the market feels nervous, it will tend to crash. Like we did expect this Pakistan-India, skirmish to create jitters in the market, but it did not happen as severely as expected. Then even the tariffs which Trump did, we thought markets might correct. It didn't correct as severely. But suddenly, the election, the time the markets moved when they thought the party was going to win into an extreme majority, and the majority didn't seem like it was coming through, the market shook. So any reason the markets can crash. But these, periodic crashes where it just dips for a day or two is not what we want to focus on. We were waiting for when the market really wakes up and sees the earnings and it moves down below the median and stays there. That those days will last longer than a few. They'll probably last for a year or a month, a few series of months. So that is the time when we can really look at, getting down and picking up things in the market. These dips, yes, so-called hockey stick you can do if you're really keen on it. But I am not the hockey stick person. I am look at more at Tiffin Coffee range and I try and stay in that. And not let my emotions overtake me. Because even if you're doing Tiffin Coffee, you feel all right, you get jitters. But if you do hockey stick sometimes, you might catch the wrong side of it. And can happen. In the case of IndusInd, when it came from 1,200 or 1,100, it slid down to 800. A lot of people said hockey stick time. And then it went from 800 all the way down to, slide all the way down to 600. People who did hockey stick at 800 were feeling terrible. Because then you have to have the courage again to do hockey stick at 600. And it takes a lot of nerves to keep on doing hockey stick. It just keeps on sliding down. So Tiffin Coffee is better for me, and I think it's better for our mental health in investing in small bits. And Navneet, don't worry about market crash. When it happens again, it will happen. What we want is long periods of correction. If that happens, then we will look at putting a lot more money in equity on a daily basis. And it's happened in the past. Pavan Srini, 10 to 15 US Japanese stocks which we have great potential in the Patas list. We don't have a Patas list like per se, Pavan, for American stocks. If you are really interested in American stocks specifically, DM me and I will try and figure this out for you. Savage Boyka. Sir, I have reached out to you multiple times related investment in bonds. Kindly please assist me or ask him. Yes, Savage, I will definitely create a form like I said in the onset of the video, which you guys can fill out, and I'll try and get this sorted out because this is getting really difficult for a lot of you, I understand. Gautam Jyoti tell me about Tata Chemicals. Great company. If you want to invest right now, Tiffin Coffee range, you can look at picking up Tata Chemicals now and then. This is a great place to pick up if you want. I am free, Arjun. Bond for short duration 1 to 3 years. Yes, you can look at bonds for short duration 1 to 3 years. Specific bonds I cannot mention because it all depends. Bonds in the secondary market, and you have to look at it in the secondary market and see if it makes sense. So if you are looking at bonds for 1 to 3 years, it's a good time frame to look for a bond. J Kiran is asking, can I sell my mutual funds now and invest in good corporate bonds? I'm 36-year-old with 8 lakhs in mutual funds. Well, JK, I do not know your goals in life, and I do not know which mutual funds you've invested in. Is it active, passive? Are you profit, loss? I don't have any clue. So I do not know any information. So it's very difficult for me to say if you should do what you're saying. But it is a strategy a lot of people use, where they collect money in the mutual funds and then flip it into bonds when it reaches a volume. So I need to know a lot more before I can tell you honestly what you should do. And Isant Mano Ponuswamy, 3 stocks that I can consider from the current price at Tiffin Coffee range as for a beginner. I do not know Isant Mano Ponuswamy, but we do talk about every day what I'm investing in, and then people are commenting on that, what they're investing in. Most of those stocks are in our Patas list and can be considered for a beginner. If you do have a doubt, you can put it in the comments saying, hey, can I look at this stock? And I'm sure all our tribe members will be more than happy to assist you. And if I see a comment, I'll also assist you. But most of them are ITC, Tata Motors, IDFC, South Indian Bank, IndusInd Bank. You know, most of these is what we're rotating on right now. And if you watch Anand's videos, he talks about those also over and over again. And maybe you can look at getting onto our platform, and in that platform, that list is shared also. Where is Dana? Well, I've said where Dana is. He's moved on to better things. And as he finds his footing, I'll try and bring him on board to find out how his journey is going, and we can have a conversation with him at that point of time. Has Manappuram become a diamond needle? No, Manappuram has not become a diamond needle per se, but it is the Bain Capital which will make a price correction happen, because they are going to trigger, a buy at a certain price. So it might have a correction. So keep the Manappuram, I would say, if you are willing to hold on to the long term, you can consider this price a point. Or if you'd like to wait, you can wait for that correction to come, that Bain correction. But if you do have, don't sell it. Like I said in the last video, and try to book profit and flip it over again. You cannot time markets, you might end up losing it. Hi, Sendil Kumar, age 53. Until now, no savings and investments. Can you guide me in purchasing stocks, bonds, and savings? Well, 53. At this point in your stage in your life, Sendil, you have to look at your strategy very differently. The bonds and stocks which you're looking at should be such that very soon, when you plan to retire, it should start giving you steady monthly income. So my strategy would be to keep that in mind and to keep your investments towards that. So bonds does make a lot of sense. Stocks can be a little equity based on your family situation. I do not know if you're married or you have kids. So depending on that, it counts. Why don't you DM me, Sendil, and I will try and have a conversation with you and help you out. This kind of covers most of the questions for the day. And tomorrow, I'll put up another poll right now. And whatever gets pushed up and asked, I will try and answer. And other than that, I don't have anything else to say. So I hope you had a wonderful day, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Take care out there. Bye.